Good morning, afternoon, or evening. How y'all doing today? I gotta apologize about my voice, a little bit hoarse, getting over a cold. But welcome back to Mr. Morrow's Algebra 1 and 2 class. Today we're going to talk about, so we're still on conics, but we're going to talk about how to recognize conic sections when they're in general form, okay? And the general form is different than the standard form. All the equations that we've been learning have been standard form of that equation. Today we're going to learn general form. And basically it's general form when they haven't completed the square yet. It's just all of the values just jumbled up together. And the general form of a conic will always go ax squared. So the value in front of an x squared is the a. Plus bxy. The coefficient in front of the xy product is b. cy squared. The coefficient in front of the y squared is c. dx, the coefficient in front of x is d. ey, the coefficient in front of y is e. And the constant is f. Okay? Looks complicated, but I promise you it's not that bad. Okay? Today we're going to learn two ways to recognize the conic sections from the general form equation. Okay. Method one. Not my favorite method, but I like to teach as many methods as I can. Method one for the general form of conic sections, okay? You got to memorize ax squared plus bxy plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f equals 0, where a, b, c cannot equal 0. If you put it into the formula b squared minus 4ac, okay, you can find out if it's a circle, ellipse, hyperbola, or parabola. If b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, but b equals 0 and a equals c, it is going to be a circle. If b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, and either b is not equal to 0 or a is not equal to c, that's going to be an ellipse. So the ellipse and the circle are very close. So if the b squared minus 4ac, if you remember, that's the discriminant, right? That's kind of cool. So if b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, it's either going to be a circle or an ellipse. If b equals 0 and a equals c, it's a circle. If b does not equal 0 or a does not equal c, it's an ellipse. If b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, you don't have to memorize anything. It's a hyperbola. Done. If b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, done. Hyperbola. And last but not least, if b squared minus 4ac equals 0, done. It's a parabola. Okay? Now, a lot of people don't like adding more formulas to their brain. They don't like remembering, oh, but if this, then that, and all that stuff. So I came up with another way. All right. All conic sections have their own general form equation. Okay? In a perfect world, each conic section can be written as such. A parabola is ax squared plus dx plus ey. A circle is x squared plus y squared plus dx plus ey plus f. An ellipse is ax squared plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f equals 0. And a hyperbola is ax squared minus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f equals 0. However, in the real world, conic equations can be rewritten in several different ways, making it more difficult to recognize. Luckily, there are a few characteristics of the perfect world equations that do not change. Learning these characteristics makes it easy to recognize what type of conic section you are dealing with. This is very simple if you remember the following. Okay, again, the general form is ax squared plus bxy plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f equals 0. Or after arriving to the general form, after manipulating the given equation, ask and answer the following questions. Are both x and y squared? Okay? If no, if both x and y are not squared, stop. It's a parabola. You're done. So if x and y are both not squared, stop. It's a parabola. Because think about it. In a parabola, either x is squared or y is squared, correct? They're not both squared, okay? So if they're not both squared, it is a parabola. Let's say they are both squared. Keep going. So now you know that x and y are squared. Do the x squared and the y squared have opposite signs? If they do, if they have opposite signs, stop. It's a hyperbola. You with me so far? Okay. If they do not have opposite signs, they have the same sign, keep going. Do the x squared and y squared have the same coefficient? If yes, stop. It's a circle. If no, stop. It's an ellipse. So I think this is a lot easier. So again, let's run through it again. You're looking at the general form. You only see x squared and you only see y squared. Stop. It's a parabola. Done. Okay. You look and both x is squared and y is squared. You ask, do they have opposite signs? If they have opposite signs, stop. You have a hyperbola. Done. If they have the same sign, keep going. Okay? If the coefficients of x squared and y squared are the same, it's an ellipse. It's a circle, sorry. If the coefficients of x squared and y squared are different, it's an ellipse. You think that's a lot easier? Yeah, right? Let's put it to test, guys. Let's put it to test. Okay, let's practice. So I got x squared minus y squared plus 3x minus 2y minus 43. Okay, x squared and x and y are both squared. So immediately it's not a parabola. Thank you. Let's keep going. Do they have opposite signs, the coefficients? So automatically it's a hyperbola. Done. Or, like I said, for those of you who want to do the formula, you could go, okay, A, this is A, this is B, C is 0, D is 3, E is -2, and F is E. And then you can go ahead and plug it into the formula. By show of hands, who's going to do that? Exactly. I don't want you to do that. That is the technical way to do it, but why do that when we can make our lives easy? Let's look at number 2, please, guys. Okay, first of all, is this in general form? So you must put it in general form. So I'm going to move all of these guys over to the other side, okay? So I'm going to have x3y squared plus x squared minus 3y plus 4x minus 48. Okay. Are x and y both squared? So immediately they're not parabolas. Good gentlemen. Are the signs of y and x opposite? No. So immediately it's not a hyperbola. Are the coefficients of x squared and y squared the same? No, they are not. So that means it is an ellipse. Very good. Okay, how about C? X and y are both squared, and they're both positive, and the coefficients are both the same. Circle. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. And last but not least, only x is squared. Parabola. I think you guys owe me like a thank you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm being sarcastic. I'm joking. This is my job. But weren't you a little scared at first? Be honest. You're a little scared, right? You're like, oh my God, I got to remember another set of equations. Are you kidding me? Are these conics trying to kill me? No, I did not want you to do it that way. Please, guys, remember these rules. And this can help you forever. And I believe, oh no, yeah, let's do a few more. Okay, good. I have more practice here. Great. All right, awesome. Identify, rewrite, and graph the conic section. Oh, here we go. Now's the fun part. Represented, if any, for each of the following equations. Okay, first of all, let's determine what kind of a function this is. It's not an ellipse. Oh, yeah, it's an ellipse. Why? The x squared, y squared, they're both positive, but they have opposite different coefficients. Sorry. So let's go ahead and complete the square. So I got x squared plus 2x plus my 1 squared, right? And then I've got, I'm going to factor out a 4 from the y's. So I'm going to factor out a 4, giving me y squared minus 6y plus negative b over 2 squared. And that's going to equal the negative 33 plus the 1 squared plus the 4 times 9 that I pulled out. So plus 36. So this is going to give me x minus 1 squared plus, sorry, no, I had to put the 4, plus 4 y minus 3 squared equals 4. Divide by 4. So my function is x minus 1 squared over 2. I'm sorry. Why did I do that? I don't know why I put 2. Sorry. 4 plus y minus 3 squared over 1 equals 1. Yeah. And it's, you mean x minus 1. What do you mean? X plus 1 squared. Yes, it is. Sorry, brother. Sorry. Yes. You're right. And actually, yeah, it's plus though. Yeah. For a ellipse, it's plus. Correct? Yeah. Okay. Who's your major axis here? The x, right? And the y is going to be the minor. So what's my center here? Negative 1, 3. So negative 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, my a is 2, right? So I go 2 to the right, go 2 to the left. My b is 1, so go up 1, down 1, and there is my graph. Now, sometimes you may say, Mr. Moore, you didn't graph the focus. You do not have to graph the focus unless it's asked for. Okay? And if I did want to get the focus, remember, c squared equals a squared minus b squared. Go ahead and plug in the a and the b, and then you could find the c. Does that make sense, guys? Am I making sense here to you guys? Okay. You promise? Okay, thank you, brothers. Okay, here. First of all, what kind of a graph do I have here, guys? It's going to be a hyperbola, right? Because the opposite signs, right? The x's and the y's are opposite. So this would work out like this. 4x squared minus, let's see here, minus 4y squared equals 9. Yeah, divide this by 9. So I have 4x squared minus 4x, minus 4 y squared equals 1. Yeah. Come again? Yeah. Yes, of course. Okay, look. Since I have these 4s here, and I can't really have that, Why don't we be smart about this and add the 9. You got 4x squared minus 4y squared equals 9 divided by 4. So I got x squared minus y squared equals 9/4. Now, divide everything by 4/9, but keep that in the denominator. So it's going to look ridiculous, but it's going to look like this. X squared over 4/9, right? I mean 9/4, right? No. No, because when I go state change flip, yeah, when I state change flip though, yeah, no, because I wanna divide this to everything. Oh, actually, yeah. Why am I flipping? I'm just gonna divide it to both sides. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. My bad. So that's 9/4, and then minus y squared over 9/4 equals 1. Now that's a nasty little one. What's the center here? 0, 0. Okay. Now my box is going to be pretty easy to make. What's my A? What's my A, guys? 3/2, right? What's the square root of 9/4? 3/2. So 1.5 is about there. And then so I go to the right, and then I go 1.5 to the left. My B is the same thing, so I go up 1.5, down 1.5. I make my little box. This is an x-axis yes? No, it's not a circle. It's a hyperbola because they have opposite signs, Papa. Thank you. Make my asymptote. Make my asymptote. This is an x squared hyperbola, so that means the transversal axis is on the x-axis. So shklapink and shklapink, and you're good. What if I want to find the focus? Remember, the focus for a hyperbola is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. But I'm not asking you for the focus in this particular situation. Does that make sense, gentlemen? Promise? Okay. How about 3? What kind of an equation is this going to be? Parabola, right? This is going to be x squared equals, I'm sorry. I got to complete the square here. This is going to be x squared minus 4x plus negative b over 2 squared equals y plus that 4. So this is going to be x minus 2 squared equals y plus 4. So y equals x minus 2 squared minus 4. Does that make sense, guys? Hello? Right, but wait, that's in vertex form though, right? We don't really want to, well, we could do it in vertex form if we wanted to. That's fine. In this case, what would the vertex be? 2, 4, right? 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what's my y-intercept? Come on, guys, when x is 0. 0, 0, very good. So remember, my axis of symmetry goes to the vertex, so that's to the left, go to the right. And, wait, what did I do wrong here? What did I do wrong here? Well, when x is 0, what's negative 2 squared? 4. And what's 4 minus 4? 0. So 2, 4, this just should be pointing downwards. I'm sorry? Yeah, there should be a positive. Should be positive. I don't know why it's negative. Come again? Ah, that's why. Thank you. It's 2, -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, kid. So it goes like this. Thank you. Okay, next. X squared, y squared minus 2x minus 8. What do we got? What do we got? Circle, absolutely. X squared is, x and y are both squared. They're not opposite signs, and they both have the same exact coefficient, right? So let's complete the square for the x. X squared minus 2x plus negative b over 2 squared plus y squared equals 8 plus negative b over 2. So I've got x minus 1 squared plus y squared equals 9. So my center here is 1, 0. So 1, 0. And my radius is 3. So 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3. 3 up. 3 to the left. 3 down. And ugly circle, but that's my circle. Yes, sir. No, you would not divide everything by 9 because you know it's a circle. And when you have a circle, it equals r squared. The only time it's going to be set equal to 1 is for a hyperbola or for an ellipse. Thank you so much, son. Does that make sense, guys? May I keep going, or you got questions? Talk to me, son. Well, if you can't see, do it on your notes that you can see. Because we found the center, right? You know how to graph a circle already. All right, let's continue. All right, how about this bad boy? Oh, this is a good one. What's going on here? What kind? This is going to be an ellipse. Yes, x is squared, y is squared, but the coefficients are different. So this is an ellipse, but they have the same sign. So I've got 9x squared minus 54x, and I've got plus 25y squared minus 50y equals 119. Please don't let this scare you guys. Please don't let this scare you. Complete the square. You guys are awesome at this. Just complete it. Go ahead, brother. Okay, let's not divide by 9 because 50 is not divisible by 9. What you can do is factor out a 9 from the x, right? Thank you. So I got x squared minus 6x plus negative b over 2. If you want, from the beginning, you go 119 plus 9 times negative 3 squared. So 9 times 9, so I got my 81. Do you see how and why I did that, guys? No? Okay. It's the 9 times the b over 2 squared. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much for your honesty. Thank you. Plus, I'm going to factor out a 25 from here. So I got y squared minus 2y plus negative 1 squared. That's b over 2 squared. So this is plus 25 times my b over 2 squared, so that's going to be plus 26. Does that make sense, everybody? It's multiplies, so it's just 25. Maybe I should learn how to multiply. Now, does that make sense to everybody? Promise? Okay. So I've got now 9 times x minus 3 squared plus 25 times y minus 1 squared equals, what is it? 225. Thank you very much, sir. Divide everything by 225. Okay. And this is going to be, 9 does go into 225. It goes in, it goes 2, that's 18, 25 times. So this is going to be x minus 3 squared over 25 plus 25 goes into 225. 9 times, right? Yeah, 9 times. So this is y minus 1 squared over 9 equals 1. I'm not going to graph it until I see that you guys got that. I want to make sure you got this. Those are the hardest types, right? Where you have to actually complete the square, right? That's the tough part. So what's my center here, my friends? 3, 1. So 1, 2, 3, comma 1. What's my A? Okay, is this going to be a major axis on the x or major axis on the y? Major axis on the x, and I'm going to go 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My B is up 1, 2, 3. Down 1, 2, 3. Bless you. There's my ellipse. If I needed my focus, remember, c squared equals a squared. There's an ellipse, so minus b squared, right? Huh? No, it's plus b squared for a hyperbola. Does that make sense, my friends? You can practice the rest of these. The answers are at the bottom. Thank you very much. Homework is valid, so I please expect you to do it. Thank you. I hope you learned a lot and have a great day.